am back. The last shot you would have seen, I showed the window brackets, rubber I mucked around with. Well, that was a week ago, last Sunday. It's Sunday again today, obviously, and it's now 4 o'clock in the evening. My whole day is gone, being outside doing things. It has been a nice day. So, the window people still didn't come this week. It's my fault, I don't ring them either to push them, but I don't care, truck's not going anywhere. So my next thing is, you can see, I've chucked the fenders on there. So, got some Bluetooth brackets on there, very flexible, going to work pretty well I think. I'll follow the contour of the wheel when it goes up and down. That's my thoughts anyway. Yeah, no, I did throw a bracket on there. I threw a back one in just to see, miles away from the hole there, that I realised the truck's down to. So I did a bit of research, woke up early this morning thinking I'll work on this today. Well, that didn't happen. And yeah, I thought I'll do a bit of YouTubing to see how people fit fenders. There's obviously multiple ways you can do it. Lower the truck right down and still put like a 1/2 inch block under there. And get it, and then level across from there to there. That's one way of doing it. Or lift the truck right up and probably put like still put a 2-inch block on top of the wheel with the airbags full. Same thing, level the guards. Or third option, just bolt them back up because they've already been mounted on this truck and the brackets are all there. That would work. But intelligent me did not figure out which guard was which. I got the option of this one to the other side, or yeah, same here, this to that side, because these have mud flaps on them. This truck never had this rear bumper on it when I picked it up. So you can see where I've taken the flaps off. So I'm either half right or half wrong with where I've put the guards. So I think I'll air the truck up and we'll get the suspension right up, and we can measure, we're not far from it, we can measure this gap in here. Whatever I do is going to be wrong, but as I said, they've already been mounted on there. So I think we'll loosely fit them all, and I can dump the air and make sure it's not going to rip them off. And we'll see what they look like. They never did look very good on this truck. It's like they're the wrong radius, just about. But we'll tweak it. We'll get it on there. There's no gap between them with a checker plate fitted in there like there normally is. I'd love to run without them, but you just can't. Not with the rules. Plus you smash the back of your cab too with stone chips. I realise that. My trailer doesn't cover any of the wheels. Narrow gooseneck will only cover the fifth wheel and the width of the chassis, and that's it. So what else have I been doing? I'll just walk you around here. I realise I need to try and chuck a video up. I appreciate the followers I've got. I see I've got nearly 300 subscribers. Plus there's a lot of views of people like me watch other videos and I don't subscribe to the people. I'm bad, I know. I did come out here one night after a full day doing something else, and I mucked around with the wiring. I've come to the conclusion I'll make up my own rules for that. I have got 2 of the numbers on the wiring. I'm not sure what type of sensor I have in this truck. One is broken, so this is should be the temperature one, this one, and then the other one I've already put it back in. This one's broken, obviously. I think I banged it, but I've ordered another one. Just buy one off the internet, chuck it in. The other one is the temperature control. It's got a totally different bottom on it. So I'll try and figure out what wires I'll take to that, and I'll see if I can work on that. I've got all that. I'm slowly obviously got the numbers there, and I even know the studio lights in here. It's probably flat. Nope, it goes. So I've gone through and identified air solenoid wire, so I know that wire goes to the air solenoid. And I've got another one up here, fan clutch solenoid. So those two there, when you flick the switch in the cab, that one's live, so that'll turn the fan on. Well, then I've just got these other ones here. I've just got to figure all that out. Low water probe, so that'll go on one of them. I did ask on the Facebook page for the 362s and obviously the engine I've got, and guys did, they helped, they replied, sent me lots of drawings and stuff like that, and numbers, but we all seem to have different numbers. I don't know why. And I've looked at the this wiring diagram gives you on this page here, gives you the codes for the colors, so it tells you how to understand it. I just grabbed this off the net, probably not even, most of it's right, I've used it for most of the truck we've got there. Let's turn off the studio light under there. Nobody's home in here at the moment. I'll stay out of that, I'm not in the right frame of mind to be in there. What I was hoping to do is, it's actually quite cold in the shop here this evening. Nice day outside, no wind. I wanted to get the brackets put through these and sit them on. And I realised I've got to take some of my fifth wheel retaining bolts out there, because as you know, if you follow me, I've gone along and rebolted that with brand new bolts in that, replaced all the hardware in there. So I'll have to pick up 3 of those on each side, but those bolts I'll put them back in obviously through the mounting brackets for the guard, sorry. So I know there's the correct grade. The ones which are in the fender brackets are here. They are a coarse thread, but yeah, I haven't even buffed them. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think they're a grade 8 bolt, very rusty. I wouldn't put those in. Yeah, I'll try and dummy it up a bit, and I realise these are an anodized type, whatever they are, but I want to paint them, and I know I'll scratch them when I slide them all back on, and I'd like to get them painted tonight if I could, even though it's cold and they got all night. One of these fenders here is damaged, so I'll need to work on that. That's the only one which is damaged, and I'll probably, I say it, but I don't know if it'll happen, I was going to get new brackets, because I realise these will be brittle, they'll be pretty fragile. I think you can get those individually and put some good bolts through there, but I'll just mock it all up and work my way through it. And no, I'm not getting new fenders. It's something I can do later on if any of this ever works out any good for me. I'll try and polish these up a bit, wipe them down and give them a good clean. Gone way up in price now. There's I think, yeah, something like $180 New Zealand dollars for one of these now. I realise big companies will buy them a lot cheaper than I can, but yeah, it adds up. I'll just try and use what I can. And the other thing is, if I get them on and they are going to work, at least I know my brackets are right, and if I get new ones I can just fit them up in there and drill them and bolt them on. Alright, enough talking, waffled on. I'll muck around and try and get this on. Okay, it's next morning now, early in the morning here. Run out of time last night to do anything. These have been through quality control, been cleaned, taken all the rust off, rubbed them down with a bit of paper, try and get some primer to stick to them. Near enough's good enough. Took all the burrs off where the grub screws have been for locking. So I'll chuck the primer on those, and then sat and did a bit of research. I talked about in my last clip replacing these, because these are probably a bit brittle, and when I did the numbers, yeah, nah, I think I'll save a dollar. Works out at $460 or something to replace all those New Zealand dollars. I'm too mean for that. I'll try and reuse them. If they break, well, I obviously will, but I'll demount them all, put new bolts in, and I've got an idea what I want to do. I want to support them underneath too. I'm not sure what's under these ones. Probably not very much. Only got small washers under there. I might cut a strap to put up over there. They don't pull through. One of them is pulled through slightly. And it's just one here. So we'll knock everything down. Yeah, that one there is pulled. We'll demount that and rectify all that. Yeah, call me mean. Done what I have on the truck. I'm trying to save a little bit. Probably not going to achieve a lot, but you can put a brand new one on there, and I've still got 4 of these tyres are still what was on the truck. I mean, they look alright, but who knows, they could give up, you know, rip the guard off. So as I said, it's not a show truck, it's just a restoration, and get it tidy, get it presentable. Right, I'll get some paint on and show you. And it's the next day. I got the primer on. I used an etch primer on these, and then my normal 2K paint. Nothing special. Got some runs in them. They're going to matter. Time I slide the brackets on, they're going to get marked up. It's just, yeah, I just want to stop the rust factor in them. So yeah, they're on. They're all dry now. Did those yesterday morning, so they had all day yesterday to cure. Not very warm here at the moment. Mucked around with a Fender, bit of a, just shows you the skill set that was involved when they mounted these. Looks like I've done it. Yeah, we'll drill a hole. Nah, we're not quite right. We'll drill another couple of holes, and then we'll be able to move it around. That's pretty rough. It doesn't matter. Something I did with this one, I didn't show it on camera. It was quite discoloured, and I thought, I'll muck around with it. I'll give it a rub and try different. So I started off with a bit of 250 paper and gave it a rub down on the very end. Down here it was quite discoloured and quite bad, and it cleans up. So I ended up, and then I put like a bit of 500 over it where I sanded it, and it's still got marks in the plastic, but between that one and this one, which is untouched, this one's got a little bit of gloss in it obviously, versus the one I sanded, which is dulled off a fraction, but yeah, they tidy up. That'll do for me. Time they're covered in oil, which is probably going to pour out of the engine. That's another story. So, oh, and the brackets. I'll show you the brackets. Gave those a Dulux overhaul. They're all sitting there. Yeah, gave a bit of a clean up and just gave them a paint. The same white on the rest of the truck, and obviously a gazillion bolts out of all those. So I've gone along, I've buffed all those, and then I've sprayed them with this rust converter stuff, and see it's already gone off. It goes dark purple, even though I've buffed them and they were shiny, still goes a dark purple where it reacts with it. So I'll do that. I'll just squirt it with a bit of primer, and then I'm going to paint them black. And I've done the washers too, which go on the top, visible. So I'll get those painted and they can dry off, and then we might get some mounting done. Haven't touched those guards there. All my paper's laying there I was mucking around with. I'll just clean those up. Probably just give them a wipe with a bit of I actually wiped one with this. I did the wax and grease remover, and that didn't react with it, and it really cleaned it good. The other thought I'm having is whether I can, this is going to be hard to work with, so I'm still a little bit undecided about this. Where the brackets go on the guards on the top, I've got this strapping here. It's like a stainless. It's not a real high grade, but I know it's quite hard. I've got quite a length of it here. So I thought about cutting some straps and putting my white brackets on there and just having that exposed. I might just make one and see what it looks like. I know it'll be hard work cutting it and drilling it. I've got the grub screws here, got the squirt of black that go in to hold the brackets. So yeah, another little update. as I say, I always say, I'll bring you back and I'll show you when we muck around, and we'll got to think about how I'm going to do it. Well, I'm just going to put a bracket on there, and as I say, it was on this truck before, and I've got to go back and check my old footage. I'm pretty sure it utilised this hole here. When I did a test fit, I couldn't make it fit on there, but we'll make it work somehow. Nothing like showing my disasters. So I got a bit of that strapping I showed, and I manufactured it up. I put it in my roller machine down there, and I rolled it to the radius of the guard, which worked alright. Managed to drill the stuff. Typical stainless content, a lot of lube required, keep the drill cold, cutting compound. But I've bolted it up, the camera shows it. I've got a gap that pulls the plastic underneath in the guard, and I won't sit down flush. It's all a bit of a disaster. Don't know how you overcome that scenario. I can see under there where it's you can see where it's raised it. I haven't got a strap of steel through inside in here, just got some big washers. Strap of steel might eliminate it, but yeah, just end up doing so much. I mean, there's 4 per guard, so that's going to add up. Just sit that back down on there. Oops, I'm losing it. You're going to go for a bit of a wobble on the camera. Wasn't in the script. Sit it on there. Put my fingerprints all over it. Yeah, I don't know. It's not going to worry it. Yeah, it's up. Be a bit of dirt get under there, but the other trouble is when they put these brackets on, they never got all this true. Like I marked this with this on here and got this sitting true on the plate, and I drilled it, and then I come over here to line the holes up, and it's like, you know, it's all way off on the guard. But that's what it is. I think they'll look right on there, and it does give the bracket a bit of strength there. I realise it can still pull the washers through. Got to be able to pull something, otherwise we're going to end up annihilating all sorts of things if we have a mishap. So, I'll keep going. I'll manufacture another one. I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like with 2 on there. Right, a bit more show and tell. This is my last guard for this side. So I come up with the idea to put a dummy pipe through there to try and get all that parallel. I took one of my good ones that I painted, and I realised that I was going to scratch that up real quick, sliding in and out of 4 guards. So I found a piece of pipe the right size. I've done that on there. Obviously that one there. Who knows if it's going to work or not, but yeah, if we start off straight, it's got to help. So I just thought I'll show you real quick what I'm doing. Alright, bit of show and tell. I'll show you how I make one. Nothing special. Just clamp the straight edge on there. It's got a cut off wheel on this, and seems to cut it alright. I don't know where to put you. I don't have a lot of places on this workbench. Ooh, try and put you there. Alright. See if this works. Right, we've got that off. Take you for a walk, and I'll put you through the roller machine. It's going to be a bit dark here for a minute. I'll turn these other lights on. The camera doesn't like it. It's not set right for it. Think about, yep, it's got to go in that way. Where can I put you? Gonna be on a bit of an angle there, but you'll still get the action. I've got these rollers preset. I may have to open it to get it in there. Just see if I can convince it to go in. This is straight. Yep. Need. That's good. Alright, we'll go for a walk back down the other end. Oh. Yeah, it's a good tool, that. And you get the same roll each time, so that's what it's all about. Now, get rid of this other piece out of the bench here, and the vise. Put you back on here. Oh. Just got to grab a bracket. You see it's over rolled it just a little bit. I might back the rollers off a bit. Just push on it, straighten it out a bit. That'll be the right thing to do. Still a bit over bent. I need to back the roller off down there. I had got a profile bit of wire, but I obviously haven't got it quite right. Because these brackets do pull when they go on the guards too. So I just take a big wild guess where it should be, within reason. Quick measuring. I know it's got to be 30mm. Sorry, got to talk metrics. 30mm. It should be 25. Check that over a fraction. Check that end. Yep. Just get my marker pen. Put that in there. There. Right. Told you it's not very exciting stuff what I do, so I don't film a lot of it. I woke up early this morning and I was scrolling through YouTube, looking at the people I do follow, and I don't know, got bored, carried on scrolling. It's just mind-blowing how much content there is out there. I'm amazed that anyone ever found my channel and that they proceed to follow me. It's just unlimited, the amount of content out there now. Something I did notice is, obviously I follow a few of the big YouTubers out there, and hats off to them for doing it. It's a big job to professionally make videos and edit and get that content up at the right time and all the algorithm for YouTube, which I'm not interested in. Talked about that previously. But yeah, one of them, like Trucker Tim, it's in the UK. His videos are very fast and action-packed. But something sort of got my attention with one of his videos. He was running out of driving time, so he parked on the side of the road. Sorry, I'll tip that up so you can look at my ugly face. He parked on the side of the road to have a sleep, and it was like, I don't know, 8 o'clock in the evening. And at 1 o'clock in the morning, there's people bashing on the door of his truck because they recognise his truck and they want his autograph and picture with him of the truck. And it's like, yeah, you get too big, and just anywhere you go now, you're targeted when you get to that size. He can obviously handle it. It's what he wants. It's what he's doing. So good luck to him. I don't think I'm ever going to have that problem. Half the people don't even know where New Zealand is. So we have no issues with people annoying one another. And yeah, I don't think we'll get any big sponsorship like the other YouTubers do. Stuff sent to them and that. Right, I'll grab the drill, which I left over here. Now I realise there's probably a correct way to drill this material, different speeds and type of drills. All that stuff's too technical for me. I'll just go a bit of rapid tap compound here, liquid, seems to work. Just get the pilot hole through first. A bit more on. Right, repeat by 3. I'll bring you back when I do the next one. Right, I step up to the bolt size. One thing I should mention, if you want to drill a true and accurate hole, don't use a Roby drill. This one, yeah, see how it moves in the chuck. It has done a lot of work, but it's never, I got an earlier model one, and it's never done that. This one just seems to, it's done that quite bad. And they've done about the same amount of work. It's quite, yeah. But anyway, I just keep using it with this type of thing. It'll blow up. Still not overly happy with the way these look on there. I'll keep going. Be something different. Be nice if they were just, yeah, nicer fitting against the guard. As you can tell, it's hot on the fluid. I have got a drill sharpener down there, so it's one advantage. I can't hand sharpen drills, not very successfully. You got to remember, this isn't my trade. It's just something self-taught. I suppose you can say I'm a slow learner with it. Don't want to overdo it. Break it. Sitting down a lot better. Alright, let's put it down here and I'll show you. That'll be it. I'll bring you back when we've manufactured the rest. And there we have it. They don't look bad when there's two on there. Sort of breaks the guard a bit. Something different. Not going to see another one of those down the road in a hurry. I realise the guys, they put the straps in between here, give them that look. You know, I don't have any of that wood. I'd rather do that. There we are. Cool. I'll bring you back and I'll show you if I complete the rest. Right, where am I at? I'm in the loopy corner. I spent the last, add it all up, probably a full day fighting with these guards. I'll show you what I've done. My last clip I showed you, I was putting the brackets on the guards and fitting them up. Yeah, well, big mistake. I didn't do a lot of measuring. I didn't number these guards when I took them off the truck because I had no intention of reusing them, because I had great dreams of tandem type fenders I talked about, and obviously nice aluminium ones, stainless, anything, you know. I was just gonna be the magic man and put some fancy stuff on it. Well, yeah, mother's closed the checkbook on me, so I had to make do with what I've got. I could have filmed it as usual, but what a drama. I have had these brackets on and off. I've rotated them, picked up different, I've had bolts out and tried different positions. I had them with big humps in them, and I just fought with it. So in the end I sort of started in the middle and got those matched up. Now I know they look really good sitting together. The secret is vice grips, and I clamped and I've put bolts in. They're bolted together. I realise most of the guys out here have a piece of aluminium will be bent and it's a spacer in there, but these guards just didn't work. You couldn't get these brackets in the correct position to even think about doing that. So I went back and I looked at my old footage when I got this truck, wondering where I'd gone wrong with the brackets. And then I sort of, it all just, explained itself. One side of the truck, the bracket was on one way, and then on the other side it was on totally opposite. One was forward, one was back, and it's like, geez, no wonder I can't make this work. Because as you saw, I just picked up the existing holes, put my dummy guide bracket through, and lined them up so they're straight on the guard, and did them up. Well, little did I realise that, with those brackets being one forward, one back, these plates, or these brackets were in different positions on these guards. They weren't the same distance from here to here. Yeah, big learning curve. I realised how you're meant to fit guards from new. There's multiple ways of doing it, but I had these blocks of wood here cut. I sat those on the wheels and sat the guards on and thought this will just all go back together the way it come apart. But it never was any good when I got it. It was all bowed and out of shape. So we've ended up with that. The truck's leaking air. I've got one air leak I need to fix. I had it aired up, obviously, to correct, well, pretty sure it's the right height. The tank actually bleeds off on the truck, but the airbags don't. The valve doesn't let the air out, so that's still full. So this side here was a bit more of a challenge. It just about beat me. And I walked away and then come back, and I've got it virtually the same as the other side. There's a bit of a kink in the guard here. That's due to the guard being damaged, which I should have done a rotation or something and put it on different. It pushes in, but it just looks bad. So yeah, I had to release these and shift the position to get the tension out of the guard, try and get the arch the same in this to the other side. I know they're not set up as pretty as obviously a brand new truck out there. My mate and I were having a conversation the other day, and it's like, these new trucks out there, they're very high standard now when they hit the road of what's on them. There's some fancy stuff. Obviously it's all very expensive. So I've just made do with what I've got. I mean, it's something you can change later on. You might come across some other different fenders, mud guards laying somewhere, and get the opportunity to grab them if you think they're close to off a wreck, or somebody's got them laying in a yard. But as I've talked about previously, I mean, the height of that fifth wheel, if we get down at the same height as the fifth wheel, sort of get flat on there and look across, the gooseneck on my trailer, the neck, it's gonna rub on these guards. It's gonna give them a beating. So I picked up 3 bolt holes on the bumper. I hold that against there, because that's the other issue. This truck never had this bumper, so the guards are sort of pushed in a little bit. And then these brackets here, I was going to keep it a big secret. They're ornamental. There's no bolts through them in there. There's no bolt hole it would line up with on the chassis there at all. No matter how I rotated it, it just wouldn't pick anything up unless you undid these and obviously shifted them right around the fender which would look like Swiss cheese, because my plates wouldn't cover up the mess under there, because some of these have been stretched and pulled, and I did some magic under there to make it all go back together. So yeah, I just done the grub screws up. They won't go anywhere, they can't come out, and they can't slide out and go out onto the road because of the end, and they're tight, they're just sitting in there. Same on the other side, I just dummied it. The average person would never see or know. So I got to put the lipstick on it now. I've got the fenders at the point where they look good enough. So you can get these in town real easily. I've just got to get the caps to go in the ends of the mounting bracket there in the tube, and I'll get some new end caps for the tubes to go in here. Use that blooming air line. It gets down to a certain pressure and then it releases. I know what it is. One of the main fittings into the tank under there. I've had it off, mucked around with it, but yeah, I'll chip away at that. Engine, yeah, still waiting. I ordered some parts, the water temperature sensor and that. Got that coming. So that's why the cab's up and the wheels are still off. Window people still haven't come, so yeah, it's been a couple of weeks now. If I rang them, I think they'd come out, but I'm not really worried. Pretty puppy weather here now. It's cold and wet outside. I can be driving the truck anywhere. I may look at hanging some other mud flaps off here. I've got some which come off this truck still. I might hang some there. I know they'll blow back and they get worn on the wheels. You can put steel brackets behind them to stop them swinging back. I'll just stuff I'll muck around with and do that. It's been a couple of weeks since I've uploaded, so I think with that I'll end this video there and go inside and I'll do an edit and I'll upload and I'll get something up there. I do appreciate the subscribers. I see I'm just shy of 300, I think it is, last time I looked. As you know, I'm not highly active on YouTube. I don't upload once a week and I don't make a lot of content. This is just a update on what I'm doing with it. I did warn you that it was going to slow down. There wouldn't be much happening for a while. So my job outside's slowly finishing and I'm just moving back into the shop here and getting a little bit done. So yeah, with that, I'll say thanks, and I do appreciate you viewing and watching it to the very end. Myself, I haven't fallen asleep yet making this, but yeah, different story when I go to edit it. But yeah, just keep an eye out. I'll try and get another one out pretty soon, and maybe the next one it could even be running. It should be running with the sensor arrive, and I'll get that in and we'll fire it up and see what it does, find some other problems to fix. So with that, I'll end the whole thing and say thank you.